Hi, my friends. Welcome to Nona's Read Alouds and Hands-on Fun. Today, we're going to be making another type of dough. This dough is called foam dough. And what we need for this dough are three simple ingredients, three simple materials. We need shaving cream. And make sure you get the regular shaving cream, not the menthol, because if you use the menthol, it's going to burn your skin. We need cornstarch, and we need paint, washable paint. It can be liquid watercolor or tempera paint, washable tempera paint. If you're going to use washable tempera, you're going to probably need to water it down just a little bit. I already have my paint in a small cup. I like to put it into a small container. That way the children can easily access that, and if it spills, it's just a small spill. You're not going to have a big spill, like if this whole thing would spill. We're going to need our measuring cups and our measuring spoons, and then some tools to play with. And I'm using, for this one, I'm using medicine droppers to practice our fine motor skills. Okay, I'm going to hold up the recipe for you for a moment so you can see that. And then we'll get started making our foam dough. Again, this is messy. Remember, like I said, we like to embrace a good mess. And we want to teach our kids how to keep the mess contained. It's okay to make a mess, but we're not going to go crazy and get it all over the house. Have a tray. If you don't have a foil tray or a tin of something like this, you can do it in a bowl. And of course, I have these plastic trays, but you can also use a cookie sheet to contain your mess. Or you can do it outside on the picnic table. That way you don't have to worry as much about the mess inside the house. Right? Our first step is going to be 1 cup of shaving cream. And the measurements don't have to be exact. It's not like we're making something, oh, I always get a little carried away with shaving cream. I'm going to throw that in there, and your hands are going to get dirty. And again, like the last time we made dough, you know, we want to encourage our children to touch and experience different sensations, different textures. Some kids are going to be a little bit apprehensive or a little bit cautious. They might just want to observe, and maybe you can just touch it a little bit. You don't have to make them or force them stick their hands into it all at once. This is going to be a multi-sensory because it's going to smell good. It's going to smell really good too. All right, 1/2 cup of cornstarch. And again, remember, go ahead and let your kids do this as much as possible. Let them do the pouring and the measuring, because that is a big part of the learning, the experience. And our younger children really learn a lot just from even pouring things from one container to another. They learn about volume. They learn about measuring. Okay, and if you're afraid, like, oh my gosh, they're going to spill the whole container of cornstarch, just put a little bit into a larger cup. That way they can spoon it out. They can measure it out. All right, so pour that in there. And if you were with us the last time when we made the easy dough, and you still have that set aside, you'll be able to compare the textures, compare the ingredients. And this is really good because children are learning how to follow steps, follow directions. Okay, and I have here 4 drops of liquid watercolor. I'm also going to incorporate into this one color mixing so we can see what color we're going to end up. I'm going to put 2 drops of blue. 1, 2. Oops. You know what? You probably need more than that, but you can start with that amount. And then I'm going to put the same number of yellow. I think I ended up with like 4 drops of blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that. Again, it doesn't have to be precise, but you want to count. Okay, we're going to get our hands in there. Oh my goodness. That is a much different sensation than the the easy dough that we made. And again, this is not necessarily like a Play-Doh where you're going to be able to cut out like cookie cutters. And look at that. I can't even see the color. So we're going to want to add more color to that. Okay, and it probably depends on what type of paint that you're using too. Again, this one is messy. This one is messy. If you want to even have special clothing for your kids to use when they're doing painting, that's probably a good idea too. I'm just going to squirt some paint in there. All right. It's not like when we're following a recipe that we're going to eat. You can stray away from the recipe a little bit. And this one also has troubleshooting. If it's too sticky or too foamy, you add more cornstarch. And if it's too crumbly, you add more shaving cream. And again, you can talk to the kids about, I wonder how we can make this texture a little bit different. Do we want to add some more cornstarch? Or we want to add some more shaving cream? Oh, we couldn't see the color. Well, what are we going to add? Add some more paint. Ooh, there now you can see the color. And if these colors mix, you're going to get to see what color does it make when we mix blue and yellow. You might get to see some green coming out in that. All right. And then, of course, as you know, if you're using shaving cream, when you're using shaving cream, it also tends to disappear a little bit. All right, I'm going to add some more shaving cream. Like I said, when I get shaving cream, when I'm doing something with shaving cream, I tend to get a little crazy with shaving cream. Okay, and then you can have different tools that they can use, or they can just use their hands. Again, some kids might not like this. They might not like that it's sticking to their hands. That's all right. You can invite them to do it slowly but surely. They'll get used to it. So I have my paper towels ready to go. See, but this one ended up molding into a little bit of a ball. Okay, I have just some different tools. I have a sifter. You could even play with a sifter and see if it is sifting a little bit. And then look, I'm left with the larger crumbs, so you can talk about how a sifter works. The smaller pieces pass through the sifter and the larger pieces stay behind. Got some scientific investigation going on there. You can use your tongs. That's good for your developing your motor skills. And then the other thing, is just pouring it, spooning it. You can get your measuring cups and spoon it into the measuring cup. Okay, you can see this one is super messy. And remember, I am one who loves a good mess. So be prepared. This one is a messy one. I don't even want to touch the recipe. But don't be afraid of a mess. Remember what I say. Sometimes the messier the child, the more they learn. And especially our younger children, they learn through touching, they learn through doing, they learn through using their senses. This one smells real good. Now, shaving cream is something that you probably don't want to use with kids under 3. You can, but I would be really cautious and really keep a close eye on them so that they're not putting it in their mouths. Okay, so this is our foam dough. If you have, like I said, your easy dough, you can even compare them. You can compare their moldability. You can compare their ability to mold into different shapes. Or you can even compare their ability to sift in a sifter and compare the ingredients. Compare the ability to hold the color. Maybe you want to use the same colors. So there's a lot of scientific investigation in this special sensory learning activity that is messy, fun learning. I hope that you will join us next time at Known as Read Alouds and Hands-On Fun. We're going to be making another couple of special types of dough in the days to come. So I hope you'll join us. Have a great afternoon. Thank you for coming.